while you were talking about that, and moving on now from the forward to the introduction, I wrote down this quotation. You said, "I loved learning about all kinds of things I know nothing about." And I'm thinking about many people who really don't see it as an adventure to learn things they know nothing about. So I'm thinking, how can you persuade them that they should be learning about things they don't know about? Because it can be very exciting.
It can be very exciting. And it was, but again, it takes some confidence to do that. I mean, because I phone, for new scientists, when I write for new scientists, I often phone like Nobel Prize winners, and I ask them what I think are stupid questions or basic questions. Sometimes they hadn't even thought of those questions, and so you begin to get confidence that your stupid questions are actually interesting. And I think most people are put off. In fact, the fantastic thing is that kids are brilliant because kids have no fear. And they ask very basic, very fundamental questions. But then adults seem to get a bit worried that they're going to be stupid. So again, through being a journalist and through being a science writer, I've gained confidence that if I've got a question, it's worth it's worth someone answering it. Interestingly, when I was at Caltech, I was a student at Caltech. I was taught by Richard Feynman, and I do remember I did a course where he lectured for half of the lectures, and he shared the lectures with a guy called Jerry Sussman from MIT. And the whole point of these lectures was for Feynman to pick this guy's brains. So sometimes you find yourself sitting next to a Feynman in the audience, and whereas the average student would ask maybe one or two questions and think I'm stupid, Feynman would ask 30 questions in quick succession. And his idea was that if he did not understand it, the guy on the stage was not being clear. And I just realised, he had that confidence to ask what they weren't really stupid questions, but to keep asking questions. And I think most adults give up and they think that they're stupid, but they're not.
Well, do you agree with a lot of...
I was going to say, go ahead, Jim.
I was just saying, do you agree then with many teachers who say that they feel like they don't really understand something until they have to explain it to someone? Is writing about it the way that you coalesce and synthesize what you're thinking about?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the way I learn. In fact, it's the way Feynman learned, actually. I mean, I'm not equating myself with Feynman in any way, but his criterion of whether he understood anything was whether he could actually explain it to a gardener on the Caltech campus. And actually, that is my criterion of understanding things. I mean, I learned physics when I was at university, and it was all mathematics. But since then, I've been trying to really understand it. I'm very visual, so I have to think in visual terms. And really, my criterion of whether I can understand it is whether I can actually explain it to someone sitting next to me on a number 25 bus, or, as I say in my book, someone unfortunate enough to be sitting next to me on a number 25 bus. So it seems that the process by which I really get to understand things is exactly the same process as actually writing popular science books. So I'm fortunate in those two things overlap. I'm trying to figure things out for myself in my book. I don't really have any readers in mind at all, only me, but fortunately it does overlap, so it's good.